100% ナチュラルなフレグランスブランドアベルの新作ブラックアニスが本日4月20日木曜日に全国同時発売となります。そしてこの度ですね、その発売に合わせましてアベルの創業者でありますフランシス・シューマックさんと調香師のアイザック・シンクレアさんが来日されました。アベルはですね、もともとワインの醸造家でございましたフランシス・シューマックさんによって2013年オランダのアムステルダムで設立されました。世界最高の天然香水を作ること、ワインの原料でありますブドウが絶えず変化するように生きている香水、リビングフレグランスというのをコンセプトにしております。そして最高のオーガニック原料と天然の単気香料だけをブレンドした 100% ナチュラルの香水の製作を続けております。ここから実際にですね、フランシスさんとアイザックさんにご質問させていただきながら進行させていただきます。
I had recently moved from New Zealand to Amsterdam, so Isaac and I are both from New Zealand. And I grew up on a farm in New Zealand, and my mother is a yoga teacher, and I had a very natural upbringing. And when I moved to Amsterdam, I fell in love with the world of niche artisan perfumery, and at the same time was looking for a natural brand within that. I started looking really just as a customer, and at the time you could buy really beautiful organic skincare and makeup. But if you walked into a gorgeous perfume store like this and asked for a natural perfume, people would think, oh no, we don't do natural perfume. This is about 12 years ago. And so I thought, that's really strange. And that was really where the idea for Abel started. There is a famous Dutch man called Abel, and he was the first European to discover the whole Australasia region actually. But because I was from New Zealand and living in Amsterdam, my favourite places in New Zealand is the Abel Tasman National Park, and so for me I loved the connection between my home country and the country I was living, and also my favourite place within that country. And also in English, Abel means, I'm able, which felt quite empowering to me. So I was new to the perfume industry, my background was winemaking, and I just was researching a lot and trying to understand the industry and how could I start this perfume house. And when I was researching master perfumers, almost all of them were French or Italian, and then I came across a video of Isaac on YouTube, and he was standing in the New Zealand native bush, and he was talking about how perfume is like wine. And I just thought, I found my perfumer. I thought we must know someone in common. So I stalked him until I could find someone who could introduce us.
Yeah, at first it was, I didn't really know what to think at first, because the whole proposition of doing natural perfumes is really a new territory, because basically natural perfumes is, perfumery from 100 years ago. So at first I was thinking this is going to be tricky, and so I started, pondering it and thinking about it, and the more I thought about it, the more it seemed possible. And actually right at the beginning we're also using a lot of organic ingredients as well. So it was, I was a little bit worried at the beginning about the possibilities, because the organic palette was in New York at the time. So there was, I wanted to make sure that we could actually come up with some beautiful fragrances before accepting, the partnership. And then, after thinking about it, it just seemed like a better idea. And then it was, an adventure from there, because basically kind of had to rewrite the rules.
Mine is green cedar. When we created it, we'd already created 5 fragrances together, and I said to Isaac, let's do something we really want to do. Let's use our favourite ingredients and create something that really speaks to us personally. And so that's green cedar. There's cedarwood, magnolia, cardamom, so it's this beautiful, rich fragrance. And when I wear it, I just feel, at home.
Yeah, I would have to say Sian Nori. And there's actually 2 reasons. First of all, of course, the smell. It smells amazing, but also, which is really not used very much in perfumery, and we just managed to put, Nori. So, that must be the perfume in the world, so I just love that.
今回発売するブラックアニスのご紹介に移らせていただければと思います。影あるところに光あり、黒く重なる重厚な稲の鼓動、粘りの効いた絹高に静まる心、深い甘みと鮮やかな果実の香りに豊かな艶を思う。強い香りの中で迎え出すナチュラルの常識を覆すダイナミックな挑戦というふうにあります。
It was an interesting project, this recent one from the beginning, because she knew that she wanted something around anise, and I thought that was very interesting because there's actually not that many perfumes with a lot of aniseed or anise. So, but the thing is, we didn't know which direction we should go in, and kind of making it a contrast with the warmth and some fruity aspects. I think that just made sense. So actually, at the beginning, we were going in 3 different directions, and then in the end, we just focused on the fragrance which exists.
Maybe if I can add, when we first started working with Denise, we were going more in a spicy territory, and then all of a sudden it was anise and tobacco, and it was this beautiful, but like sweet kind of food-like. And then at the last minute, we said, what about some dark fruit? And you were like, oh, blackcurrant. And so then it had gone really sweet, and then it came back into this slightly more vibrant smoky, which, I think is so cool. It's really exciting, and our customers are trying and saying, oh, I love it. But I actually really think it's going to introduce new people to Abel and also to natural perfume, and people who wouldn't have considered natural before because they think, oh, it's not kind of, cool or bad enough for us.
And in terms olfactively, in terms of the smell, it's definitely the most mysterious and kind of sensual fragrance in the collection.
In terms of the environment, I think one of the things that I get almost the most upset about is just the amount of stuff in the world. And so at one point I thought, we're going to stop at 7, and I thought, and then if we launch something new, we have to take something out of the collection. And so it was my way of saying we don't want to keep contributing to.
まずナーチャーという香りが母による母のための香りというコンセプトになっております。こちらが香りに敏感な妊婦さんですとかお母様だったり赤ちゃんが心地よく過ごすために低エネルギー性の天然香料のみを使用したフレグランスになっております。そしてもう一つオレンジ色のパッケージのフレグランスですね。こちらがポーズというフレグランスになっております。こちらのコンセプトが更年期を迎える女性に捧げた香りというふうになっておりまして、年齢を重ねるとなると体にも変化が起こるという中で女休みにしても立ち止まって人生の心象を明るく前向きに捉えていただくためにという思いから生まれた香りになっております。
That was the reason we created it, but the cool thing about Nurture is it's just such a beautiful fragrance. All kinds of people wear Nurture. So, men, women, young, old, doesn't matter. So that's also really beautiful. And then with pause, a lack of information, there was for women around perimenopause, but most cultures around the world, we don't talk about the fact that women go through this journey into menopause. Smell can have this incredible emotional trigger, I think, for all of us. A very lofty goal is that we really want to improve the lives of our customers through wearing and being around natural scent. I really feel like it has this ability to transform our daily lives. You know, the rituals and the beauty around scent, I think can have a really positive, lovely impact on people's lives. It can also change behaviours, you know, so people start to think, so often customers say to me, I had no idea my perfume came from, petrochemicals, and then they start to think about other parts of their lives. So yeah, it sounds lofty, but we really do want to have an important impact on our customers' lives and the world.
Yeah, for me, probably more on the creative side. I mean, the way I said the future is more amazing perfumes, because every one of these perfumes was actually a journey we took together. We took our time. Often as a commercial perfume, you have deadlines, you have to. Whereas these ones, we just took our time and they evolved, and each one is its own treasure. So for me, I can't wait for the next one. What will it be?
What will it be?
It's exciting.
Yeah. Hi Nose Shop fans, Isaac and I are so excited to be in Tokyo today launching Black Anise.
Hi, I'm really loving being in Tokyo. It's like a dream coming true. And please come and smell Black Anise, which is the new fragrance from Abel. It's super mysterious, super intriguing. You're gonna love it. And ciao.